Well, folks, we are now into day 5 of the transfer window, and as I record this video, still no bids for anybody from Newcastle United, not even a sniff. Hi everybody and welcome to the Toon Review YouTube channel. My name is Paul and this is your latest Newcastle United news. And once again, unfortunately, I have no bids to bring you. It is very quiet again on the Western Front as we hit day 5 of the transfer window. We are linked with a couple of players as per usual. May possibly contact with one, but we'll come on to that a bit later on. Because I want to start the show today with a little bit of positive news. And that positive news is Sandro Tonali. Now, Sandro Tonali has come back from his suspension and has been absolutely elite. This kid is a fantastic footballer and probably the best player we have at Newcastle United right now. Certainly up there. He's just a genius on the ball. He's fantastic to watch. He's got an incredible engine and he's a fantastic footballer. And now, what's happened is, in the past few months, leading up to this window, there's been a lot of rumours about him, hasn't there? About him going back to Italy, Juventus, Napoli, his former club Milan, all interested in bringing Tonali back. Tonali himself has stayed very quiet with this situation. He hasn't really said a lot until now. He did give us sort of brief interviews in the past where he said he's thankful for the club and the way the fans have welcomed him back once he's come back from suspension, but never really an in-depth interview about where he sees his future. So he starts off by saying, I'm happy where I am now. I've found people who care about me and I care about them. I don't want to break any of the bonds that I've built. That first sentence to me is just brilliant for a Newcastle United fan to read. The fact that he cares about the football club, he cares about his fellow players and he cares about the fans. He has built bonds, and rightly so. You can see some of the bonds he's built with the Newcastle squad players and also with the fans, the whole club. The whole suspension thing was awful for him. It was a terrible time of his life, but we all stuck by him and we've all welcomed him back, and boy has he repaid us for doing that with performances on the pitch. He has simply been sensational. Now, he said, I've had a lot of thoughts every day, but right now I'm very happy where I am. He does admit, though, to missing Italy when he's away for long periods of time. Now, I don't have a problem with that at all because he's Italian. He misses Italy when he's away. No problem with that. But then he goes on to say, sometimes when I'm away from Italy for a long time or during long breaks, I do miss coming home. But I always come back with the national team and I always give my best. There's a group here that wants to be together and needs to be here, united. There's a desire to win things here. There's an ambition and a drive at this football club, which is incredible. That being the manager, the fans, and the whole club. We're trying to keep things very simple. Things are very difficult at some point, but we aim to win. I just think it's a brilliant, brilliant comment from Tonali. And then he talks about, obviously, the Carabao Cup win, which was, I mean, that iconic picture of him sitting on the ground with a cup between his legs and just a big smile on his face just said it all, didn't it? He said it was beautiful because it was so hard. We weren't the favourites, and we never really have been. We beat Arsenal, we beat Liverpool, Chelsea. We weren't the favourites in almost every match, but it was special also because when an unexpected team wins, all eyes turn to them. It was amazing to do it with a team that hadn't done it in 70 years with incredible fans. I mean, this guy, you just cannot do anything but love Tonali. He's just incredible. And I mean, you know, he had, like you say, he's spoken before about thanking the fans and things like that, but this is really more in-depth. And he just doesn't plan on going anywhere. This kid loves Newcastle United. Will he end up in Italy one day again? Absolutely, no doubt about it. You know, these players like to finish their careers in the home countries. It's been seen many, many, many times. But if we get the very best of Tonali before he moves away back to Italy, then who are we to complain? You know, it's absolutely incredible. This guy is just a brilliant player to watch. He's I don't know whether he's a future captain or not. I don't know whether he'd want to take the captaincy, to be honest. But the position he plays is very, very important for Newcastle, isn't it? It's really important. He's ahead of the defenders, but he can defend. He's physical. He's fast. He's quick. His mind is unbelievably quick when he thinks about releasing the football, the passing or the shooting. I just think his all-round game is brilliant. And Eddie Howe, he must be so thankful he's got this guy back. But he will work with him to make him even better. And I think that's even more exciting for us as Newcastle United fans moving forward, that we are going to get to see this guy grow into his own and hit the part of his career where he is on a high, coming into, he's only, 24 now? He's got so much time left and so much excitement for us to see him playing on the pitch. And I don't think he's got any intention of going anywhere now. And clearly, he wants to win things with Newcastle United. So long may that continue. Now, I did say that in the intro that possibly we'd made contact with a player. It's all quiet on the Western Front. Like I said, when I recorded this video, there's just nothing in the news about any potential offers going in or anything like that. And it is beginning to get a bit frustrating, I have to admit. Me as a Newcastle fan, and certainly on the live shows we've done this week, there is a little bit of frustration there. Yes, we still have faith in Eddie Howe. There's no doubt about that. We have a lot of faith in our manager that we will do the right thing in this transfer window. But there's also the flip side of it saying, well, if we wait, we're going to lose out on players who will go to other clubs. And if we're dragging our heels, why are we dragging our heels? What are we waiting for? Are we waiting for later on in the month when the PSR deadline comes around and clubs have to sell in a panic state, thinking we've got to do this, we've got to do that? Are Newcastle hovering like an eagle above a mouse, waiting to pounce, like teams did to us last year? We don't know. But certainly when it comes to elite signings, it's still very quiet. But there is a couple of reports this morning that we've made contact with Chelsea regarding Madueke. Now, look, is he the exceptional signing that I think Newcastle United fans would want? I don't know. He's not really the sort of elite Mbuemo that we're talking about, or any other sort of right-wingers that we mentioned. Chelsea are believed to want to keep him, but would be open to offers should that offer meet their valuation. Now, their valuation, as it stands, is around £42 million for Madueke, or Madueke, however you want to pronounce it. Newcastle believe his value is 35. So here we are again in this little dilemma where Newcastle United value a player a little bit lower than what the actual club that own the player do. And are we going to get into another tug-of-war battle where we go in a couple of million more, they go in a couple of million less, and we're still battling it out over a player? A lot of fans have commented actually on this media article on the bottom where you can put your comments in, and they're all just saying, just make a bloody bid. It's £7 million difference in valuation. When you talk about £7 million in football, is it really a lot? Should we just go for it if we really want the player? But that indicates to me that maybe Madueke is not the player that Eddie Howe really truly wants. And that's when we get into the ground of, are we starting to look for panic buys in to try and improve the squad? Are the players that were the main targets not really interested, or that wanting too much money, or the transfer fees are too much? This is what starts to sink in with fans after a while of nothing again. And we mentioned this on the live show the other day, that I can't blame Newcastle United fans for panicking. Not at all. I'm not going to sit here and have a go at some fans just because they're a little bit panicky about the transfer window. Because look at our past. We've all said in the past few windows, don't panic, it'll happen, and it never did. And now we're being told, don't panic. But, we'll get the manager before the transfer window opened, said we will try and be very aggressive in the early part of the window. We're not seeing it. And I'm not sure Madueke would get me off my feet and really excite me as a Newcastle United fan. I don't know about you. Don't get me wrong, he's a really good player. And he had a brilliant start to the season last year, but he faded out. Now, that could be for any particular reason. I'm not a Chelsea fan. I don't follow them. I don't know why that reason would be. But it's just a little bit worrying. But apparently, contact has been made. But again, we shall wait and see. Now, Liam Delap, I mentioned the other day on a news video that he gave one of the reasons why he turned down Newcastle as competing with Alexander Isak. He didn't feel that he would get enough first-team minutes if he was competing with Isak. Now, he's given the reason for signing for Chelsea to win trophies. Now, I find this very baffling because, you know, where we are at the minute, yes, Chelsea are going to challenge for trophies, absolutely. No doubt about that. They've got the infrastructure in place to challenge for trophies. But he also said that he'll get more first-team games with Chelsea. Now, we ran off the other day a list of Chelsea strikers and thought, well, hang on. You know, Liam Delap's had one good season with Ipswich. Yes, he's a very good player, but they've got a whole host of strikers there at Chelsea. How is he going to get guaranteed first-team football? And then he said he's going to win trophies. I mean, Newcastle United are in that situation as well. We are in a position where we are looking now to continue winning trophies. It seems like very strange decisions. And again, I have to question whether, you know, Chelsea have given him extortionate wages, because nothing I've read has said anything about Liam Delap's wages. It's all been about the reasons he signed for Chelsea. And I just have a feeling that we're in the same situation we were with Mbeumo, where Chelsea have offered £thousands more a week than what we did or anybody else who was interested in Liam Delap. It all comes down to money, I think, at the end of the day. I'd be disappointed if that was the case with Delap, because he's young, he's hungry, he should want to, you know, yes, he said he's winning trophies, but is the money a bit extortionate again at Chelsea? I don't know, guys. I really don't. I'm just fed up with the whole thing at the minute. However, we have signed a player, ladies and gentlemen. We have, and, well, this player was well expected to sign, of course, and that's Antonio Cadero from Malaga. That is confirmed now. He's been pictured in a Newcastle United shirt. The 18-year-old was wanted by Real Madrid and Barcelona, but turned them down. So we've got to take a bit of pride from that maybe, you know, some younger players are seeing Newcastle United as a perfect place to go and win things and show a bit of ambition, because he did say that he's honoured to sign here, and it's one of the best clubs in the world for dreams and ambitions to happen. So we've obviously sold him on the product, sold him on the ambition of the club, and he's decided to come here rather than go to Real Madrid or Barcelona. Now, I'm not sure what we do with Cadero. A lot of rumours is that he's going back out on loan next season. Will Eddie Howe want to see him in pre-season first and then make a decision on him? We'll have to wait and see. But at the minute, he is now a Newcastle United player. That will be all confirmed once his contract is completely ended at Malaga, of course. But he has been pictured in his Newcastle shirt. And finally, Leeds United, of course, interested in Nick Pope. But it looks like Newcastle United, if you were to believe reports this morning, that Newcastle want to keep him. They want to keep Nick Pope at the club despite their interest in James Trafford. It seems like we're still wanting James Trafford to sign. So at the end of the day, it would be a battle. We'd have three very decent goalkeepers in Trafford, Pope and Dubravka. I'm not sure what's going to happen with Lacademos. Of course, Gillespie's there. Ruddy's expected to leave as well. So three keepers, Trafford, Pope and Dubravka moving forward. I wouldn't mind that, to be honest. I have to say, those three goalkeepers for me would see us through next season. But James Trafford clearly still wanted by Newcastle United, probably to come in as the number one at the start of the season and be the number one for years and years to come. Nick Pope, we haven't heard from the player himself. The last I heard or read was that maybe he'd prefer to stay another season at Newcastle United. But at his stage in his career, does he want to be a number two now? Or does he want to still be a number one, which of course he would be if he went to somewhere like Leeds? So decisions still to be made over goalkeepers, clearly. But there you go, guys. Let me know in the comments below, as per usual, what you think of all the stories. It's just so quiet out there at the minute as to us going for anybody. I'm not sure what the tactics are from Newcastle United in this transfer window. I'm really not. I mean, there's 5 days left of this first 10 one, so there is still plenty of time for things to happen. But are we hanging back for a particular reason to raid other clubs in PSR trouble by the time the deadline comes along later in the month? Or is it just that we're struggling to get anybody in? I don't know. I'm like I say, I'm not panicking yet. Are you? And if so, why? Let me know. But thank you very much for watching, guys. As usual, if you have enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. It's very, very important we keep those coming in so that people can find us in the search results and algorithms and all that jazz. And of course, if you are new, please do subscribe. We are on our way to 40,000 subscribers, guys. It's an incredible achievement if we get there. So if you are new and like what you see, come and be a part of this incredible community by hitting that subscribe button free of charge. And make sure you hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload or a future live show. And of course, check the website out, thetoonreview.com, for all your Toon Review merchandise. Thank you, everybody, for all your orders so far. I really do appreciate it. It really does support the channel as well. So thank you for that. That's thetoonreview.com. But in the meantime, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you very soon. Take care.